Dividing decimals 4. All right, when dividing, old textbook I used to work out of, it's always had the rule over, over, up. What that means is the number in front, this number here, we're going to move the decimal point over one place. What I do with the number on the outside, I do the same thing with the number on the inside. So I'm going to move my decimal point to there. When I've done that, it's over, over, and then up. That is where my decimal point will be now. So if I rewrite the problem, it is 124.08 being divided by 44. What I have done is multiplied this number on the outside by 10, and I have multiplied the number inside by 10. As long as both of them get multiplied by 10, it's a legal operation. All right. Just like before in the other dividing problem, 4 goes into 12 3 times, but this is a little bit more than that, so I am going to try 2. So we're going to go 44 times 2 is 88. 88. Subtract. Remember, I cannot take 8 away from 4, so I have to borrow. 14 minus 8 is 6, and then 11, because I borrowed, 11 minus 8 is 3. And then I bring down the 0, 360. My next guess is going to be 8, which is 32, because if I have more, I won't be able to subtract. So I'm going to go 44 times 8. 4 times 8 is 32. Carry the 3. 32, 33, 34, 35. 352. So I go 352. Subtract, 8. And I forgot to bring my decimal point up. So I have the 8. When I subtract 60 minus 52 is 8. Bring down my next number, 88. 44 goes into 88 twice. I get 88. 0. I have no more numbers to bring down. My answer is 2.82. All right, let's take a look at another one. Remember, don't panic. Write all this down. Keep your notes. If you have questions, make notes, and then make sure you ask me or another student. 47 into 415.01. First thing I notice is I do not have to move a decimal point over because 47 is a whole number. So when I divide, I'm just going to go ahead and divide. If that was 50, it would go in there 8 times, so I'm going to guess 8. 47 doesn't go into 4. 47 doesn't go into 41. 47 is going to go to 415. Again, I am guessing 8. So 47 times 8. 7 times 8 is 56. Carry the 5. 32 and 5 is 37. So I get 376. I am going to subtract. I can't take 6 from 5. Remember, in the subtracting, this is where most common mistakes happen. Okay, I have to go 5, then the subtract 6. I can't do it the other way around. It's backwards. So 5 minus 6 I can't do, so I have to borrow. 15 minus 6 is 9. I can't take 7 from 0, so I have to borrow. 10 minus 7 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. My decimal point, I have to remember it stays in the same location. I'm just going to move it up. I bring down my next number. I have 390. Over here, I got 376. So I'm going to go in 8 again. And 376. Subtract. Again, I can't take 6 from 0, so I have to borrow. That's going to be an 8. This is 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. 8 minus 7 is 1. 3 minus 3 is 0. And then I bring down my next number, 141. 50, 100, 150. I'm going to guess 3 times. 47 times 3, that's 21. Carry the 2. 3 times 4 is 12. 13, 14. I get 141. 141. 0. I've got a remainder of 0. There's no other numbers to bring down. So my answer is 8.83. Moving on. Here in this problem, notice the number I am dividing by is not a whole number. Since it is not a whole number, we can't divide. Same thing with dividing by fractions. You don't divide by fractions. You don't divide by decimals. I know the calculator does it all for you. However, you can't divide by 0.46, so we have to move the decimal over. In this problem, I have to move it over twice. Okay, so I have to move it over twice inside the division box as well. In this problem, I'm multiplying both times 100. Okay, I'm multiplying both times 100. So we now have 46. We have 20.332. Bring up my decimal point. Now I can divide. 46 does not go into 2. 46 does not go into 20. 46 is going to go into 203, I believe, 4 times. 46 times 4, that's 24. Carry the 2, 16, 17, 18. So it's going to be 4. I get 184. And again, subtracting. I cannot go 3 minus 4. I have to borrow. I can't borrow from a 0, so I borrow from the next number. So the 2, when I break the 2 down, that's a 1. And this 0 is a 10, but I have to borrow from the 10, so that's a 9. And then I have a 13. Hopefully you followed everything that happened there. This was originally 203, and again I had to borrow from the 2 first. That made my 0 10, but then I had to borrow from the 10. That's a 9, and that gives me the 13 there. So 13 minus 4 is 9. And then 8 minus 9 is 1, and 1 minus 1 is 0. I bring down my next number, 193. And notice before I got 184 here when I multiplied by 4, so I'm going to go 4 again. 184. Again, I cannot take 4 away from 3, so I have to borrow. My 9 is going to become an 8. So 13 minus 4 is 9. 8 minus 8 is 0, and 1 minus 1 is 0, so I just have 9. I bring down my next number, 42. 2 times 46 is 92. I subtract, I get 0. I have no more numbers to bring down, so my answer is 0.442. Hopefully you're starting to get the hang of it. Let's look at the next problem. I have 4.2. Again, this number out front has to be a whole number. I'll move the decimal point over once, move it over once, and I end up with 42 is going to divide into 1, 1, 2, 5, 6, and bring my decimal point up. I'm going to divide that out. 42 is going to go into 112 twice. Doesn't go into 1, doesn't go into 11. It's going to go in here twice. That is 84. Subtract. A lot of borrowing. I can't take 4 away from 2, so I borrow from the 1, and I have 0. My 2 is now 12, because I borrow 10 each time. 12 minus 4 is 8. I can't take 8 from 0. I borrow. 10 minus 8 is 2, so I get 28. 112 minus 84 is 28. Bring down the 5. So now I have 285. I'm going to guess 6. 42 times 6 is 12. Carry the 1, 24, 25. So I get 252. When I have a 6, I subtract 3, 3, and then I bring down my 6. And 42 is going to go into 336. Again, I'm going to guess 42 and 8, 16, 32, 33. That is 336. I have a remainder of 0. Remember, this was an 8. So my answer here is 268. And let's move on to the last problem. Notice on this problem, my 73 is a whole number. I do not need to move my decimal point over because it's already a whole number. So I'm going to move my decimal point up. 73 does not go into a 5. I have to have that 0. That is crucial. That 0 is a placeholder. Okay? Notice 73 doesn't go into 57, so I have to have another 0. And then 73 is going to go into 575 7 times. 73 times 7, 21. Carry the 2. 49 plus 2 is 51. So I get 511. Subtract 4, 6. Bring down 9. 649, that's going to be a bigger number. Let's try 8. So we have 73 times 8, 24. Carry the 2, 56, 58. Some of you might have just added 73 here. So I get 584. Subtracting 5. I can't take 8 away from 4, so I borrow. That's a 5 now, and that's 14. So I get 65. I then bring down my next number, 7. 657 is a bigger number yet. And that's going to be 9. That's going to be 657. A remainder of 0. I have no more numbers to bring down. So my answer is 0.00789. Many people will forget 1 or 2 of those and get the answer wrong. There you are. All right. Good luck.